This is Praios and I'm a professional gambler. And today we will review Phil Galfond's plays again. And I expect this again to be very interesting. And he's a great player and we probably can learn from him and we can also learn from his mistakes. So yeah, a lot of great stuff might be happening. Yeah, if you watch this later on YouTube, remember that you can only see me live and also ask questions on Twitch. So you should be considering to follow me there too. And yeah, if you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. We will use two great tools in order to improve our game here. The first one is PLO Vision. The second one is the PLO Trainer. There's also a web version for the PLO Trainer, but I usually use this one. And yeah, feel free to use my referral links if you decide to use these programs in the future as well. If you like the things that they are doing and how much they will improve your game. But yeah, at first, see how it works and watch my stream, and then you can decide for yourself if you want to push your PLO game to the next level. Without further ado, let's now get into the 10k PLO Zoom session from Phil Galfond, and I hope we will learn a lot. So let's get into it.
Easy call of the 3-bet here. Do I have any Viffer stories? No, I don't. I mean, I have been friendly with Viffer.
Yeah, looks like an easy call. He's right. Yeah, flop is not the best, but also not the worst. So 2 backdoor flush draws and a gut shot. Let's see what the action is here.
Viffer and know him, but nothing interesting. Gonna go ahead and stab here. The benefit of betting this hand, not only do I have the gut shot and 2 backdoor flush draws, but all of these cards block some of his continuing range.
Yeah, I like the bet because this hand, he is supposed to hit this a lot harder than the pre-flop aggressor, and the free betting range is more high card heavy and aces at kings. Yeah, and yeah, he still has all this crappy opening stuff in his range, so he's more likely to have a 5. So yeah, standard bet, I would say.
Including his backdoor draws and such.
Yeah, it's part 3. You're correct. I think Sanita is losing. But yeah, not 100% sure, but that's what I guess. I didn't saw Phil reload, and he now is at 24k, so 4-bet. No. This is not a 4-bet or 4BB. What do you mean with 4BB? I don't think. Yeah. So let's continue.
So this is interesting that he's checking the ace.
Yeah, the ace definitely is not the greatest card for Phil. So I guess he should check and realize his equity. At least that's what I would do. But he decides
I'm gonna go ahead and bet it. As a bluff, of course. This is 10 high.
At least he has equity against a lot of the stuff.
Meanwhile,
He's again playing these low stakes, no limit hold'em tables. at the same time. This is sort of funny.
Meanwhile, Elton, who's been tight passive, 3-bets me here. I open the small blind with queen 8 suited.
Yeah, let's look into the spot with the PLO PLO vision. Yeah, we bring it back to the screen once
Still
we
think it's just
see
a good
the
enough
end
hand to
again.
call. Now we're check folding. Sanita.
Okay. Let's see. So we are 100 VB. This is heads up. Flop is paired. 655. Perfect. We got it. It's rainbow. So 655. Bring this to the screen. And yeah, preflop aggressor should check. Oh man, I made a mistake. Now it's correct. Preflop aggressor should check a lot. And yeah, Phil should bet about half of a cent. Let's see if he should bet 7 deuce 9 10. I think yes. And the answer is with 2 backdoors, he should bet mainly. And that's what he did. He also chose the correct sizing. After getting called, he gets this ace. So preflop aggressor is now supposed to lead quite a lot, but he did not. So, and should Phil bet is the question. And the answer is with the flush draw, he should bet some of the time, mixing between a big bet and a small bet again. Yeah, his play seems to be perfectly fine. I thought this would be more checking. Apparently it's not. And yeah, we cannot move to the river, right? So let's click something. And yeah, call not possible. Yeah, that's annoying. So yeah, we have to
Ends up calling on the
use
turn
common
after a
sense
pretty
in
long
order.
tank, and I'm just going to show this down, of course. Not strong enough to value.
Yeah, think the same. Show it down. Great game plan.
You bet anymore, and not weak enough to bluff. Hopefully he had like a ace king 6 something hand.
Yeah, he is a open sitter. Phil mentioned this in a video before. And he still, for some reason, thinks that he is a weak player. At least he said something in this regard in the second video of his, I think. Yeah. But yeah, he must be doing something right. I mean, if he's an open sitter, people would join him if he's bad.
All right.
What was it? Go back. Wow. This seems to be very, very risky call on the turn. Let's see. I think Phil choose the big sizing, right? So he has check 8-8. Interesting. Look at this. Check 8-8 should continue. Even with no flush draw. Sick. So this guy studied his sims a lot more than I do. Yeah, I mean, there has to be a reason why he's an open sitter on stars on these high games. So I was wrong. These guys so far played it perfectly. Moving on in the video.
Right. Good call by him on this turn, though.
Oh, Phil also says that this is a good turn. Interesting.
Like a very thin call there. And he was
Yeah, definitely. It has to be a thin call. No other way. But yeah, he likes it, and the solver also does.
correct. Up here we call 3-bet and c-bet.
Call the 3-bet and the continuation bet seems standard.
We're very likely to have the best hand here. He's not going to be 3-betting. I mean, like, yes, he 3-bets ace-ace, and we usually 4-bet ace-ace. So in that respect, he is like...
Yeah, after getting checked too, he is good always, or almost always, I say. I think he should draw the bet without checking the solver. I think this video is not that old. It's like, I think it's maybe like... how old is it? Have to change some stuff. I forgot to turn out the messenger. I don't want you to hear these sounds all the time. So now it's done. And we are back. I think you can still use this old layout. I think I use it also. I think the video is only like 1 year old or something. Let's check it out. No, it's 2 years old, as you can see, but yeah, not that old. And this was a live session on stream, so 2 years old. Where are some solvers already?
In a good spot, range versus range. It's an interesting spot. But he's not going to have 3x very often in his pre-flop 3-betting range. The dynamic of the last hand where I bluffed the ace turn is in a similar spot. It's similar-ish. The flop was a lot more draw heavy. Is playing into my mind right now. And I'm going to go for the value. The question is how big.
Goes for value again. Yeah, I still
It's
think
obviously a
this
little
is
bit
good.
thin, but I think it's a very clear value bet. And I wouldn't even be shocked if I got hero called by a hand like queens in this spot.
Getting called by queens, this sounds sick. Okay, let's continue.
Meanwhile, down here, gonna block this turn.
Oh, he
Three-way. A lot of
also
people saying
plays
hi.
like
He did end up folding
low stakes
in the heads-up zoom.
PLO.
You probably want to see this ace-ace hand.
Correct.
I'm just assuming.
What happened in the other hand, by the way? Was it finished or not? He bets. Is he folding?
Meanwhile, down here,
Fuck. He does not show the
block this
interesting
turn.
one.
Three-way. A lot of people saying hi. He did end up folding in the heads-up zoom.
Okay,
you probably want to see this ace-ace hand. I'm just assuming. We're going to 3-bet and 100% c-bet in this spot.
Yeah, and this is also a great flop. Gut shot 2, blocking the nut flush draw. But yeah, he will not get called by much, but yeah, he has to bet this one. I don't think that this value bet is that thin. Seems okayish to me. I mean, talking about the last hand still.
I'm going to go with pot. I think that a couple sizings are okay here.
Pot sizing seems too big. This is 3-bet pot, right? So 3-bet pot. Single suited board. Ace, deuce, 5. It's a straight board. Ace. Okay. Have to take this one instead. And our hand is ace, ace, 4 jack. Ace, ace, 4 jack. So, yeah, 33% is the bet. I mean, if you have a continuation bet of 100% almost, or at least a high continuation bet frequency, then you should not bet that big. At least that's what I think. And can we... Let's click this again. And he's also wrong about the c-bet frequency. As you can see, he should not bet 100%, just 61%. But yeah, I also thought that it's closer to 100%, to be honest. Yeah, okay. You're right. I didn't took into account that this is a different board. We had to change the board because of the solver does not have the appropriate board. So let's look into this again. With the nut flush draw, we should check. With the nut blocker, we should do it like 50-50, betting and checking. And yeah, all the other stuff mainly bets, as you can see. I mean, you cannot probably see it, so let's bring it up. I'm talking about the things on where I'm now moving my cursor along. On the right side of this browser, you see it. So most hands are betting. We are trapping when we got a flush draw. We also don't bet that often if we got the ace and hearts. And yeah, if we got one heart in hand, we also consider slow playing. And yeah, his sizing is terrible.
Mix it up on. This is a board that like is one of the worst ace high boards for us, but I still think we get to do a little bit of potting. And
actually, he might be correct, but we would do some potting because it might be the case that the sim is set up in a way that this is the only sizing possible, and then obviously this is the only sizing the solver chooses. But if you give the solver the ability to use more sizings, it's probably also betting pot in some spots. So he's probably not wrong about this.
Interested in not necessarily allowing him to get like a free look at a gut shot, or a cheap look at a gut shot. I'm not really sure. The problem with my pot size bet.
The turn bet is a bit lost. Not sure what he should do, but I don't really see the point in betting. So yeah, we also cannot really rebuild this situation, as the pot will be a lot smaller here. But yeah, looks like the ace and hearts we would still be betting. Maybe even turning our hand into a bluff and bet the river as well. But yeah, with the ace and hearts, betting big is our main game plan. But yeah, look at this. I mean, the pot size here is, he has like the SPR, so the pot to stack ratio is about 3 in this sim, and here it is 1.5. So That's a huge difference, and his opponent has to be way more cautious with a flush if the pot to stack ratio is a lot bigger. So keep that in mind. But yeah, if he used the 33% sizing, which the solver suggests, this would again be a bet with the ace and hearts.
On the flop is that I don't think I
But a
represent the
big
nut
one,
flush
not a
draw very
small
well
one.
at all, which is why I'm not loving this turn bet. I don't think he would expect me to pot flop with nut diamonds, because that's the kind of hand that would really like to keep in his other diamond hands. So yeah, I'm not loving the turn bet. And I'm gonna check the river. And
yeah, shoving the river would be very sick. And yeah, is he ahead against something? Straight beats him. Flush beats him. Deuce deuce, 5-5, ace 5, ace 6, stuff like that is not beating him, and most likely also not bluffing. So yeah, he can win, but the chances are slim. But I also wouldn't bluff. I mean, there's almost nothing left, and his opponent probably is not folding a flush at this point. Maybe a straight, so that's a better hand he can get to fold. But yeah, I think checking is a play.
I'm leaning towards check folding. It's pretty tough for him to float twice here with a hand that's worse than mine, unless it's like 5-5 or ace-5, and I don't think he's going to turn those into bluffs too often. All right, hopefully it was... Got it. We got his 5-5. Yes, we did. We got his 5-5.
Very lucky. His opponent had a set as well. But the run out was very fortunate for Sanita. He saved some money.
Meanwhile, I call a 3-bet Jack 10, 8-5. Decide to check back the Queen Jack 5 flop. Can go either way on the flop, and it's a good enough hand to bet call.
Good enough hand to bet call. Okay, yes. 2 pair. Probably is. And this is a 3-bet pot again. Yeah, checking back probably is the solution of the solver, is what I think. But we will now stop speculating and put in the real thing. Unfortunately, this flop is not available. So what do we take instead? We could let's take this one instead. Turn is a 7. And yeah, we will take a 5 instead. Oops, that's not good. I hate it when Windows does this. And Windows does this a lot. Just closing down all the windows. Okay, sorry for that. And Brutal Aggressor should bet almost always, and he did not. And if check to, so we have to change the hand to Jack 5, Jack 7, 8, 10. Jack 7, 8, 10. With the flush draw, we should bet. With the backdoor flush draw, we can bet, but we don't need to. He has no backdoor flush draw, and the other hands are checking mainly, it seems. So he has a club, so yeah, checking most of the time. Could bet. What if he bets? Is this a bet call? Is he right about that? So he gets raised. Yeah, it's a bet call if he bets. So this part of his analysis is correct. But he decided to check back. Turn is 5 in hearts. We have to change the board a little bit. It's getting checked to him again, if I remember correctly. And he should do quite a bit of betting. So yeah, so if he has a heart in his hand, he now should start betting. I guess the reasoning behind this is, and the main bet size is 33%. The reasoning for that is that you get hands from your opponent to fold, which have a lot of equity against you. Yeah, that's the reasoning. At least that's what I think is the reasoning of solver, and you can never say this for sure. And yeah, let's see if Phil bets or checks.
But I like to have a little bit of deception.
It's also you also need a, blocker to the flush in order to make the bet, making it less likely that your opponent has the flush. Otherwise, you have to check back again, try to realize your equity, or show it down.
I check back range, and now I just check the turn as well.
Okay, that's a mistake, at least according to solver.
And the question now is whether I would value bet this hand or not. I think the answer is no, but I would call a bet. It's got some good calling properties.
Ooh, pot size bet. That's wow. But yeah, I think his analysis still is correct, but it has good calling properties. Blocking a flush a bit, showed weakness to streets. Yeah, has a bluff catcher, but it's good enough. Hard call to make, but probably correct.
Blocking the 8 of clubs and being pretty high in my range. So it is just a call. He's got the air ball.
Ooh, Phil is correct again. Phil already outsolved the solvers. Yes, he did. I also like his style of commentating. He's like the best. He does the best coaching videos, I think. And yeah, he always did. I mean, his style of commentating is just very good.
And that's actually a good example of why you don't need to always protect your hands and bet your pretty good stuff. You want to keep in there hands that are essentially like drawing dead. He was more or less drawing dead with this hand. He needed to hit like backdoor ace-9 or 9-9 or ace-ace or just the 6. I mean, on the turn he could have hit the after the turn he could have hit the 9. No, he.
I also don't necessarily like his bluff. If he bluffs, he probably should have at least club in his hand.
Couldn't have actually. The 8 rather. And so like by keeping that in, I won a good amount of extra money. And, I still just had a bluff catcher on the river. It's not pleasant to be faced with a pot-sized bet when you have, like, a marginal hand, which is why I think a lot of people shy away from, like, slow playing, or it's not even slow playing because my hand's not that strong. But
interesting background also. I mean, he has some... I mean... He's definitely not regular. He's streaming. I mean, this is not that cool. If he wants to tune everything and have everything perfect, yeah, he should use a green screen or have a run advanced background or something like that, or of his poker side.
But yeah, it's important sometimes.
I mean, this is very off topic, but yeah, just came to my mind.
Okay, and over here, I'm going to barrel off. This was a 3-bet, bet. And I'm just going to pot river, blocking.
3-bet, bet. Yeah, he might get a king to fold. That's about it. Does he get a 10 to fold? Most likely not. Let's see how this works out. I mean, bad for bluff is that he has the stuff that he wants to get to fold. He already has the busted draws. And yeah, I mean, he's basically trying to bluff out a king. Yeah, I think I changed my mind and say that he should check. Yeah. Although, I mean, it's close. It's definitely close, so I don't have a clear opinion on that.
A little bit of a loose 3-bet as these cards are kind of disconnected from each other. I went with a small bet on flop and turn, large bet on the river.
Okay, this changes the this a bit. I mean, if he used very small sizing, his opponent will peel lighter, and then I like the river bet. But for normal sizes on flop and turn, I don't necessarily like the river bet.
As you can see, we'll take it down. I call this 3-bet. My hand's not great, but now it is.
Great analysis again.
Let's see what sizing he chooses if he bets. Could go either way here. I'm going to raise the flop this time.
So the $1 million question now is, should he raise this flop or should he not raise this flop? What do you think, chat? Again, don't have the exact board. Should he raise or should he not raise? Like, nobody is with me, so I will just show it to you. And yeah, raising is the correct play. Unless you have two backdoor flush draws, then you can throw in some calls. And yeah, also the sizing. The solver wants the flop bet to be half pot. In case you wonder.
I changed my mind. I'm going to call.
This play is not solver approved, but yeah, I can't blame him for this. That's a very small bet. I think I don't want to raise. I would call again.
Joe, you like how...
As played.
Jerry says, I love how Phil's casually cruising along, playing 51 heads up, while also playing micro stakes and explaining his play with the same amount of detail on both while answering questions. That's what I'm here for, man.
His chat also makes fun of him for playing micro stakes and super high stakes at the same time.
More TBC, yeah. I am giving away too much free content. I can't help it. Like, I feel like I'm supposed to come in here and just like hang out, relax, not
Yeah, I would bet the river and for like 70%.
talk that much strategy, have some fun. but I'm kind of incapable. This is weird. I'm gonna pot.
Okay, he goes for the full pot. I mean, his opponent might level himself into calling with some shit. Because, yeah, he bet so small and now might think that Phil is trying to get him off something.
He's gonna fold. But there's also like something. So like whenever you have a full house and you're value betting river and like frowning about it, then something, I guess that means something's wrong. But I just felt like he was kind of like a little bit polarized there. I could be wrong.
Okay, again. And small stakes. No limit hold'em with a set, so this can be considered nuts.
I have bottom set. Which is a very good hand here against Ronnie Q. Can go either way here. I'm going to raise this one. I think he should be doing a lot of checking on this board, I assume. I think I should have made it a little smaller.
I want PLO content. At least play higher to make this more interesting. Okay, get it in now.
We're going to get this
He's
in.
not folding anymore.
Just in case he's crazy.
No, get it in.
Just in case he's crazy, I'm going to just call rather than put the rest
in. No,
in.
get it in. Ah. Now he's scared with Jack 10, or maybe scared. Although, yeah, whatever. Jack 9. Okay, that's then not cooler.
Not crazy.
Oh, he gets
nice
down
hand
the
by
river.
him. And over here, we've been tricky once again. 3-bet. Decided to check flop.
Yeah, if he has just everything, you sometimes should be tricky because it's hard for your opponent to have anything.
Flop, he checked back. Went with the small bet on the turn. And now we're going to go with the, I think half pot's the way to go. I'll go a little more.
Yeah, I like it.
Hoping to get the bet 3-bet in. But we're representing a value range of like king, queen, ace, king, ace, ace. And then the occasional very strong hand, of course. I do think we're gonna like run into like some queen deuce type stuff sometimes. Some potential bluff raises too from queen X or misdraws. He ended up calling. Given our blockers, I'm quite curious what he ended up with. Yeah, so hero call.
Ooh, that's interesting call. Don't necessarily like it.
With just the queen X with diamonds.
I mean, he wants to. I mean, he has high diamonds himself, so that's the hand what you hope your opponent is bluffing with.
So we did actually miss some value the way we played it against his hand because he would have put in money on. He would have put in more money on the flop and turn. But I like to protect the weaker portions of my range. I'm fine with that line. Although if he's watching the stream, he's seen me be tricky.
Yeah, this might be check back. Not 100% sure about this. Check 8 deuce. Oh, we have the exact board. You put it in his hand as well. Queen deuce. So he should bet with backdoors most of the time, and without he should check. And he has a backdoor flush draw, so he should bet most of the time, and the sizing is 70%. So it looks about
several
right.
times now, so I need to chill out a little. Over here, we're gonna bet twice. He raised small blind. We called, And he bet flop, we called. We'll hop back up here where I raised against his limp. I'm going to block bet flop.
Don't like that he raised his limp. You should just check. Then it's garbage.
And not going to be able to fold this hand. I mean, it's not a very good hand, but it's a little bit too much to fold.
Is this really the case? Probably can also not. Very hard to get this situation rebuilt in a solver. Probably is also not supposed to donk this hand. And 6-4. Let's see if we can get something similar. Also don't have the board, so yeah, I mean, calling seems a bit ambitious, but I might be wrong. Here's an open-ender, 1 diamond in hand. 8 might be good as well.
Gonna go ahead and call.
Definitely close.
And 2550 heads up Zoom is starting with 3 players in the pool. I might join that instead. Thank you. Oh, interesting river. Sure, thank you. That's all right. This spot is...
I would value bet. Having a 7 blocker too. And you don't look that strong, I would bet. And yeah, expect to get called by verse a lot when you can run into straight, but yeah, that's unfortunate.
I could pot or I could check. I'm going to pot. 2 straights got there, but I do think I'll have some like 10-6, some occasional like 4-4.
I think it's an English idiom saying like, great minds think similar or something. Yeah, okay. Just bragging a bit, but I also figured out that it was a bet. I mean, it wasn't that hard.
My hand's like, I can check raise some straights. I can check call some like kings up or tens up. And I think this is the strength of hand that prefers to bets.
Ooh, again a set.
Just going to let him know I'm going to move 2550 soon because I don't want to, I don't know, immediately hit and run. Cool. He's going to do the same.
Yeah, the bet is probably correct. Just going to tell exactly the same. Good luck for everyone else. Yep. Two.
I'll just go big twice here. I've been being tricky and sneaky a bunch with my strong.
Seems a bit big his bet. So we are in a single raised pot. Queen. 9 deuce we have to take instead. We have ace, queen, queen, 6. And we should bet 100% about the sizing he chooses. So that's already correct. So if he gets called and the turn is a 9, then he should bet, I guess, 2 sizings. according to vision. And yeah, pot and half pot. And using them like equally often, and with the queen hand, pot is the preferred sizing. I had in mind that these board pairing rivers will get bet smaller, but yeah, seems like, at least in vision, they still got these huge bets as well, and it's also used quite a lot from the solver, so it's probably in there rightfully.
Hands. This time I do something different. Also, when I block 2 queens, he's going to have a lot of draws or 9x, and he's always calling 9x to this size, and he's folding his draws to any kind of reasonable size. So I think it's better just...
Oh, his opponent seems to have 9x. Yeah. Bomb the river again, I guess.
To go big and max value against the 9x.
No call, and he's good. No quads.
And he did have...
He had 9x. Oh, full house. That's very unfortunate. Yeah, he couldn't do anything else. I mean, some people might even have raised the river. So he played this one very cautious. I mean, against the sizing of Phil, he had to assume that he has something big too. And he's not necessarily get called if he raises. So yeah, I like what he just called river.
Queen 9, wow. He I mean, I won't say he's lucky. He lost quite a bit there, but could have been stacks quite easily. And actually, that's a spot where had I played it a little bit weaker on the turn, he might have check raised. My trickiness might have worked that time.
So probably check on the flop. Now Phil made a straight with a redraw and is doing some sort of block betting bet. I mean, does not seem wrong. Yeah, after his opponent showed weakness, this is probably
gonna bet there.
Bet.
And meanwhile, I'm gonna
Kings.
3-bet kings in the big blind here at 100 NL.
No action with the kings.
Gonna 3-bet our friend Glory Man. Meanwhile, I half-pot river for value there, and he folded. I'm gonna sit out in that game and join the other pool. So we finished with 45k at 5100. So quite a good result there. I was probably in for 10 to 15. So up 30k on the day, minus whatever I've been losing to these guys.
It was not losing in this game. He won quite a lot, like 30k-ish.
Guys on Run It Once Poker. Although yesterday I did very well there, but not so much today.
This is also a good flop.
Sorry in advance.
YOLO.
Glory Man RTS.
Okay, I think you should bet.
He is doing a lot of YOLOing.
Yeah, and he's YOLO folding, I guess. Is he though? No, he's really doing the YOLO. I mean, let's see his hand if he's really YOLOing. No, just says like top set.
Oh, nice hand. Meanwhile, my opponent here says he's enjoying my stream. So he He probably knows how tricky I've been.
Yeah, we also enjoyed his stream. Oh, this was a shorter session. Unfortunately, it seems like everyone in chat left, or at least, or I didn't. Yeah, I mean, it seems like nobody is in here anymore, or yeah, no idea. Maybe, yeah, maybe. Well, everyone is asleep. No one talks to me anymore. This was a bit short. I could do some more streaming, but if I start with the quizzes again, I might sit here until the sun is up again. So, I mean, you see in my background, the sun is up, but yeah, maybe you already managed to find out that this is not, I'm not streaming from the beach. So, yeah, I guess that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a pleasure. Thanks for turning in. And yeah, if you did not do already, consider following me. And yeah, if you watch on YouTube, also consider to subscribe and definitely push the thumbs up button. Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye bye until next time.